Well, we started our non-stop sailing north from Cairns, heading for the tip of Cape York, but we got tired. I got an hour of sleep last night. The wind has been very strong, up to over 25 knots at times. Following, thank goodness, but still very difficult to take. And so we pulled in here. There aren't that many places to anchor when you get up this far north. It's pretty bad, but we did find a place here behind a point of land, and this is a dugong sanctuary. And I wasn't sure, but I was sitting here eating some potato chips, and I thought that I could see something out here that didn't look like it was going with the natural flow of the water. Now, I didn't actually see anything. And I don't see anything now, but it's possible. There could be dugongs out here. September 21, and we say goodbye to the Coral Sea. These are the, it's Prince of Wales Island behind us, I think. It's certainly Prince of Wales Channel. And we're heading out into the Gulf of Carpentaria. Except for a brief stop at Ninian Bay, we did Cairns to this point non-stop. We only stopped at Ninian Bay because one of the Lazy Jack lines broke, and as well we were really tired. But now we're pressing on the way to Darwin. Now we have a little stowaway here. And so it is September 27, and we've arrived at Darwin here at the marina entrance. These are the docks for the lockmaster. See, the tides here are so extreme they need a lock to get you into the marina. That this is the biosecurity people that have come to kill any bad things that may be hanging onto the outside of the hull or on the outsides of the through hulls. It's quite a production. Paperwork, treating the inside drains, and now to go underneath the boat and examine the hull surface itself.
You can start your engine if you like.
Okay.
Switch it out again.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. Makes my life a bit easier.
Yeah, don't you want some excitement though? It's October 1, and we have arrived at Changi Airport, Singapore. And we're just going to make our way over to a baggage left area so we can leave our baggage, and then carry on to the train, which will take us to our hotel downtown. Changi Airport is actually considered to be one of the best in the world, and it's so far been just great. Lots of restaurants, at least one hotel. Carol thinks there may be another one. And now we took a little sky train over to this other terminal, left our luggage in the left luggage place, so we don't have to cart that around the city everywhere. And now we're down to their subway station in the basement of Terminal 2, and we're going to take a train right down to our neighborhood, down to City Hall Station. We're walking after our little subway ride to City Hall Station. We're continuing our heading toward the hotel. Well, on our first full day here in Singapore, we're going to go do the City Experience Tour, which involves being on the river in a riverboat and seeing some of the more historical aspects of the city. Singapore is actually quite large. It's about 5 million people. Makes it quite a bit larger than Toronto, but has a really pleasant feel to it. About 3/4 of the people here are Chinese background. And with some Malaysian or some Malay and Indian population as well. This was just sort of a backwater until the Lieutenant Governor Raffles of Java decided to try to make this place a kind of antidote to the Dutch influence in the area, and so Singapore sprang up. And many people say that it has no kind of culture of its own. It's just kind of created out of whole cloth in the jungle. But it's starting to find its own way, I think. And like I say, very clean, very pleasant place. Good feel to it. Very pretty in some ways. We'll see a little bit more of this scenery as we go along. And we'll see what today brings us. We've got a few things lined up. That tour today, and perhaps go to see the famous Raffles Hotel, which actually has nothing to do with the Lieutenant Governor, as he was only here in the country a couple of times for brief periods, but it was named after him. And there's still a lot of colonial buildings around, along with some very modern high-rises. So yeah, we'll do that. Go see the bird park as well today. Yeah, today. And then tomorrow do night safari, and also river safari and the zoo, which are all up in the northern part of the island. And so that'll be tomorrow. But today we'll have some interesting stuff to see as well.
So we are taking the boat cruise at Clarke Quay. After that we'll reach Malayan Port. Once we reach Malayan Port, we'll give you some time to take photos, enjoy the city, and then we will go to Chinatown and Little India. In between we have a shopping trip, a bit shopping stop in between, yeah? Just for 10 minutes. Okay, you was covered by the tree. That MRT station on the right hand side there is Little India MRT station, or Mass Rapid Transit Station. You can see the word sign there, MRT. Yeah? So we are in Little India area actually.
This was actually a very downtrodden and disease-ridden area in the old days, the Riverside Village.
We'd like to return by foot to explore all these fun possibilities. Little name Fort Canning. But way before the British arrived on our shores,
That's Fort Canning
was
Hill.
a place where ancient Malayan royalty once lived and would be a secure jail. And during World War II, it's even believed to have been a torture chamber. three-quarters of Singapore's total weight of goods to be traded by the merchants who had set up shop in that row of buildings on the bank. Some of those goods included seafood, spices, and rubber. The precious cargo was surely on the south bank of the river. You'll notice how the riverbank curves just like the belly of a car. In Chinese culture, this majestic fish is an auspicious symbol of good fortune and a great place to store wealth. These first immigrants believed that this part of the Singapore River was where prosperity and wealth could be found. Where once boats lined the water's edge, today the banks of Boat Quay are lined with shophouses turned into restaurants and pubs. The facades of the Boat Quay shophouses have been retained, and their unique architectural styles give the district a distinct flavor. Notice how the shophouses are... Coming up on the other side of Captain Bridge, you'll see a group of little boys jumping into the river. Don't worry about jumping in to save them. They're actually incredibly lifelike bronze sculptures showing a scene from the river's past, where children would stand and wave cheekily from their houses. Very often they would take off all their clothes and jump in for a cool afternoon swim. Standing tall and majestic is the exclusive Fullerton Hotel, which blends the elegance of old world charm with every modern convenience. Built in 1928, lots of paper pushing went on behind the hotel's splendid columns before its glamorous makeover. Its facade is a masterpiece of neoclassical grandeur, which belies its much stuffier original occupants, the Chamber of Commerce offices and the General Post Office, from which mail was founded in May 2002. As we move our way out into Marina Bay, you'll be able to see the Malayan for yourself and hear all about its story. Promised, up next is Malayan Park, home of the original Malayan statue. To understand our unique national emblem with the lion head and fish body resting on a crest of waves, here's a quick history lesson. Singapore was originally known as the ancient city of Temasek, which means sea town in Javanese. But according to legend recorded in the Malay's fish tale, symbolizes Temasek and Singapore's humble beginnings as a fishing village. Measuring 8.6 meters high and weighing 70 tons, the Malayan sits on reclaimed land looking out to sea. She attracts millions of visitors a year who make the trip to Malayan Park to photograph this world-famous icon in home right here in scenic Marina Bay. Take a peek behind the Malayan and you'll see a baby Malayan. Believe it or not, its scales are made from pieces of porcelain repurposed from spoons, bowls, and plates. Next to the Malayan, and beside it is Customs House, a charming conservation building from the late 1960s, which began as the
Bangladesh chicken rice, noodles, laksa. If you so you can see the
Hello, sir. A photo inside.
Ito palang tubig.
At Boonlay interchange. We're on our way to see the birds. Yeah, you notice Poole's amphitheater underneath is spelled in 4 different languages. The last one being Singlish. Singlish is kind of the amalgam language that is actually used here by a lot of people.
You on flight and journey through the wonderful and colorful world of birds. We hope that you leave the show amazed by our bird conservation champions and be inspired to take action for all our feathered friends across the world. Now, speaking of feathered friends, you should have seen them running around behind me. Now, those are bantam chickens, and they are here to commemorate the year of the rooster. And we have one more joining us, so everyone keep your eyes on that hat. Right, let's wait for Cheeky, our female bantam chicken. Hi, Cheeky. Can we give her a big hand? Now, many people think that chickens cannot fly, but that's not true because we have just seen Cheeky flying down to my hand. Alright, Cheeky, you know how to make your way back home? Who is that way? Okay, so right now we are going to highlight the natural behaviors of macaws in the wild. So in the wild, macaws congregate on trees to feast on fruits and nuts. And on this tree, we have put our fruits and nuts. With that, let's welcome the birds. Everyone, look right up there, and here comes Gaia, the hyacinth macaw. Now followed by his friend Lambo, our scarlet macaw. Here he comes. And macaws like that can be found in the jungles of South America. And what will definitely be their next stop. And in the meantime, we have more birds joining us on stage. Now, birds often gather food for their young, especially during nesting season. In fact, we are going to have a little competition to see who is better at gathering food. And they need supporters. So people on my right, you are going to support Zonda, our blue and gold macaw. Just clap your hands. Show that he's saying Zonda, Zonda, Zonda. Very good. Now, people on my left, you are going to support Barry, our green wing macaw. Just clap your hands. This time, shout out his name, Barry, 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 Barry. Very good. But to the table. So what I have with me is a hollow tree trunk, and we are going to have 4 fruits on each side of the table. Now, supporters, cheer for your birds, alright? So supporters ready, birds ready, and go! Ready, everyone? Look at that nest box on stage. I see 2. Now I see 4 there. Now those are Sarconians, and they can be found in South America. They usually fly in huge flocks, so you can imagine how colorful and noisy they can be. I'm getting away from South America. Let's welcome our beautiful macaws from out there and there. As our trainers usher them back home. And once they're back, we're going to have a photography session with another group of flamingos. So do stay on for more details. Now,
everyone, this is Susie, our American bald eagle. And bald eagles can be found from Alaska and all the way down to Florida. Water. So everyone, get your cameras ready. Turn your heads and look right back there. Let's welcome Satria. Making his way. In goes the snake. He's taking a dive and wow, there you go. Excellent snatch there. Well done. You might be wondering how these birds are able to hold on to such prey? Well, all sea eagles have scaly legs. This prevents injuries caused by their prey. And wow, I'm pretty sure none of you heard it flapping its wings. Well, this is because owls have very soft edges at the tip of their feathers. So when they flap those wings, there isn't any sound at all. But that is not the only reason. There's another reason too. Owls hunt for rodents at night, and rodents have very acute sense of hearing. Species has evolved to hunt for fish, making them very... We're talking about owls in general. There are more than 200 species of owls that you can find.
It's October 3rd. These are tamarins.
The faces on them are really cute.
That's our noisy friend.
Yeah.
For the feeding that is one of our dominant female, goes by the name of Shova. Yeah, well, indestructible as they may look, the skin of these rhinos is actually very sensitive, especially to insect bites and also sunburn. And that's why you can see these rhinos walling in mud to prevent themselves from parasites and also to cool them down during hot weather.
The African painted dog. Meerkats.
他们有本小水兰，
这个叫什么？
小水兰。有一个一跳一跳，有一个大小。
Just a gentle reminder, if you're standing near the keeper, do keep some space away from him. Well, the reason why you need to stay away is because he's gonna throw some raw meat as well as raw chicken, and this meat do contain some amount of blood, which will splatter onto your clothes when he throw them. Okay, so just keep a distance away if you want to keep yourself very clean. Alright, now in this exhibit we have two lions. Okay, they are right in the center here. One male and one female. So our male lion, he goes by the name of Timba, okay, and our lioness, the one that you can only see her back, she goes by the name of Kayla. In heat, usually both of them will be more interested in mating rather than eating. Okay, so maybe in some parts of the day when you pass by here again, you will get to witness some mating sessions between these two lions. So if you do respond for the feeding, you guys are very lucky to see that, because normally during this kind of season, mating season, they are not interested in eating. Alright, they are more interested in mating. So in the wild African lions, they feed on a whole variety of prey. They feed on a lot of animals, okay? So in our zoo, we also try to give them a variety of meat. And today's token feeding, they're getting some beef. But let's see if they want to eat them, okay? He's not very interested. You can see that. Okay, so if you're free and you want to join us on this tour,
about 1 meter away, these guys. Squabbling like kids.
What this is.
കുറുക്കനെ കണ്ടിരിക്കും അതിന്റെ മുഖം കാണാൻ.
ഇപ്പൊ അതിന് ലൈറ്റിന്റെ ഫ്ലാഷും ഉണ്ട്. അത് ഫ്ലാഷും ഉള്ളത് അതിന്റെ ലൈറ്റ്.
വേറെ ഉണ്ട് അപ്പുറത്ത്.
理不是这。
好。
In the river safari park that we have come to enjoy, we have this Amazon River Quest. It's basically like a lazy river. But often they have escalator type devices, and this one has an elevator. Peccaries.
哦，那个看到了吧？
哦，猴子。
Emperor Tamarin. He was very curious. He came right up to the camera.
Which monkey?
Yeah, his head right up to him.